Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube classes. In today's class we are going to study about the lesson based assessment complete solutions on unit number 5 the concert and jazz poem 2. ನನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ SSLC ಆತ್ಮೀಯ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿ ಮಿತ್ರರೇ ಹಾಗೂ ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರೆ ತಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಸ್ವಾಗತ. ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಒಂದು ವಿಡಿಯೋದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಯೂನಿಟ್ ನಂಬರ್ 5 ದ ಕಾನ್ಸರ್ಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಜಾಸ್ ಪೋಯಮ್ 2 ಮೇಲೆ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ನೋಡೋಣ. ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಲುಕ್ ಅಟ್ ದ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ ದೆನ್. The first question is choose the appropriate question type for the following statements. Smita bit her lips in self-reproach. Given sentence is simple past tense, positive sentence, and the tag must be negative, so therefore the right answer is didn't she. The next one is they had come with high hopes. Here the given sentence is positive and let's go for the negative tag, that is hadn't they. The next one is I must hear him and see him. Here the given sentence is positive and go for the negative tag, that is mustn't I. The next one is we have always done things together. Here again the positive sentence, let's go for the negative tag, that is haven't we. The next one is you must not bother him with such a request. Given sentence is negative and we have to go for the positive tag, that is must you. Next one is he will come tomorrow morning. Okay, here won't he is the right question tag for this question. And next one is read the following sentences and choose the infinitive. Vinay has decided to write a letter to the chairman. Here, as we all know that preposition is followed by a verb is called as the infinitive. Okay, here to write is the right infinitive. And next one is he was always learning to play the sitar. Here to play is the infinitive. And next one is Smita had known the frightening truth that Anant was going to die. Here to die is infinitive. Next one is he was already able to compose his own tunes to the astonishment of the guru. Here to compose is infinitive. The next one is pedestrians are requested to keep off the grass. To keep off, okay, that is the infinitive in the given sentence. And the people began to move towards the exit. To move is the infinitive here. The next one is read the given conversation and choose the language function for the underlined sentence. Take him home, give him the things he likes, indulge him. Here the doctors are giving suggestion to the or you can say advice. The doctor is advising what to do in Anand's final days to his parents. Okay. Next one is Smita. No, how can I? We have always done things together, Anant and I. The answer is a walk in the park might make you feel better. Here she is suggesting her to go for a walk. Here the language function is suggestion. The next one is why don't you consult an expert doctor? Here the language function is nothing but the giving suggestion. So the sentence suggests a solution using a polite form. The next one is come, I will drop you, I am going that way. Here the language function of this sentence is offering help. Okay. Then next one is read the given conversation and fill in the blank choosing the most appropriate words. Okay, means we have to fill here with the if clauses, the third condition, that is if I had told me earlier I would have attended it. Okay, would have is the right one. And Radha, hey Smita, did you meet Anu yesterday? No, it was raining till late night and otherwise I would have gone to her house. Okay, here would have gone is the right one. And next is do as directed. Which one of the following words has one syllable? Here mother, sprang, cancer, hospital. Okay, here they have asked only one syllable, that is nothing but sprang. Then traffic, doctor, struck, concert. Here the struck, the word which has one syllable. Next, which of the following words has two syllables? Curtain, okay, is the word which contains two syllables. And next one is perform, it has two syllables. Okay, then combine the word in column A with its collocative word in column B. So here cancer, hospital, then sitar player, and fill in the blank using the correct articles. This is not dash last time they are going to play. This is not the last time they are going to play. The next, he wanted to play the sitar and perhaps would be the dash great sitarist one day. He would be a great sitarist one day. And the concert came to dash end and the audience gave the artist standing ovation. The concert came to an end. Okay, ಇಲ್ಲಿ an ಅನ್ನುವಂಥ ಒಂದು ಆರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಅನ್ನು fill up ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. The next one is identify the parts of speech of the underlined words. Suddenly a daring thought came to her. ಇಲ್ಲಿ thought is noun and daring thought, it describes the noun, so therefore it's an adjective. Okay, then next one is, yes, he asked questioningly but kindly. Here the manner, it explains, so therefore it's an adverb. And Smita had known the frightening truth that Anant was going to die. Frightening truth. Truth is noun and frightening, it qualifies the noun, therefore it is an adjective. The next one is, but his condition grew worse with each passing day. Again, the verse, it qualifies the word grew, so therefore it's an adverb. Then a large mustached man made a long boring speech. Here speech is underlined and parts of speech is noun. Okay, next, fill in the blank with suitable linkers. She murmured with a catch in her throat, dash her eyes turned to the idols on a corner shelf. Okay, here as her eyes turned to the idols on a corner. Okay, then dash they came to Mumbai or Bombay. The family stayed with Aunt Sushila. Whenever or since they came to Bombay, the family stayed with Aunt Sushila. Here that indicates the time and reason. Okay, then our apartment was not big. Dash there was always room for them, but always. Okay, here is a contrast. Okay, not big, but there was always room for them. Then it was very excited Smita dash came home late that night. Okay, who came home that night is the right conjunction to be filled in the blank. And next, fill in the blank with appropriate prepositions. Smita stood dash the window looking at the traffic. Here Smita stood at the window looking at the traffic. Then Smita's eyes filled with tears. Then they will play dash you. They will play for you. The next one, he was already able to compose his own tunes to the astonishment of their guru. Okay, then but his condition grew worse with each passing day. Okay, next, Anant was awake, breathing the oxygen from the cylinder. Next one is fill in the blank with appropriate tense form of the verb given in brackets. The next day, Smita and her father dash B plus live ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. For the concert, her brother smiled and said, enjoy yourself. So the next day, Smita and her father were living. For the concert, her brother smiled and said, enjoy yourself. Okay, then in the wings, a small crowd dash have plus gather ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ to talk about the evening concert. Here the right verb form to be filled are had gathered. In the wings, a small crowd had gathered to talk about the evening concert. Then write the correct form of the word given in brackets. Anant was already able to compose his own tunes to the astonishment of his guru. Astonish anta kodidare, astonishment noun form agutte. So let's then Smita had been so excited at seeing the announcement. Ili announce anta kodidare. By adding the suffixes we can change the word into noun. So announcement. Okay, next one is use the word walk as noun in a sentence. We went for a long walk in the evening. Ili walk ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು noun ಆಗಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಅದೇ we are walking in the park. ಇಲ್ಲಿ walking ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು verb ಆಗಿ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಆಯಿತು. Next one, use the word smile as a verb in a sentence. She smiled warmly at the little girl. ಇಲ್ಲಿ verb ಆಗಿದೆ. The same word can be used as noun. Her smile was very cute. So then Identify the finite verbs in the given sentences. ಇಲ್ಲಿ finite verbs ಯಾವಂತ ಕೇಳಿದರೆ, as we all know that finite verbs are nothing but they have their tense, they agree with the subject and numbers, genders. Okay, so let's a finite verb shows the tense and agrees with the subject. And Smita wanted to fulfill her brother's wish. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಮಿತಾ ವಾಂಟೆಡ್ ಟು ಫುಲ್ಫಿಲ್ ಹರ್ ಬ್ರದರ್ಸ್ ವಿಶ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ವಾಂಟೆಡ್ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ಫೈನೈಟ್ ವರ್ಬ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂತಂದರೆ, ಸಪೋಸ್ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಚೇಂಜ್ ದ ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಸೆಂಟೆನ್ಸ್, ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋ ಒಂದು ಸೆಂಟೆನ್ಸ್ದ ಟೆನ್ಸನ್ನು ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ವಾಂಟೆಡ್ ಇರುವಂಥದ್ದು ಮಾತ್ರ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ದೇರ್ ಫೋರ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಎಸ್ ಫೈನೈಟ್ ವರ್ಬ್. ಸೊ ದೆನ್ ಎ ಡೇರಿಂಗ್ ಥಾಟ್ ಕೇಮ್ ಟು ಸ್ಮಿತಾ. ಓಕೆ, ಹಿಯರ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕೇಮ್. ಎ ಡೇರಿಂಗ್ ಥಾಟ್ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ನೌನು, ಕೇಮ್ ವರ್ಬ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. So that is the finite verb. Then the artist promised to play for the boy, for the ailing boy. Okay, here the artist promised ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು finite verb ಇದೆ. Then Smita enjoyed the concert. ಇಲ್ಲಿ enjoyed ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು finite verb ಇದೆ. Then classify the sentences, write them into respective columns based on whether they have a finite or non-finite verb in it. Okay, Smita attended the concert. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಫೈನೈಟ್ ವರ್ಬ್ ಯಾವುದು ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಅಟೆಂಡೆಡ್ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು. ದೆನ್ ಪ್ಲೇಯಿಂಗ್ ದ ಸಿತಾರ್ ನೀಡೆಡ್ ಇಯರ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ದೆನ್ ಆರ್ಟಿಸ್ಟ್ ರಿಸೀವ್ಡ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ಫೈನೈಟ್ ವರ್ಬ್. ದ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸರ್ ಗೇವ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಫೈನೈಟ್ ವರ್ಬ್. ಈಟಿಂಗ್ ಎ ಹೆಲ್ದಿ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ಫಾಸ್ಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎಸೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್. ಓಕೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ವಾಸ್ ಥಿಂಕಿಂಗ್, ಸ್ಮಿತಾ ವಾಸ್ ಥಿಂಕಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ಎ ಪ್ಲಾನ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಪಾರ್ಕ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅನಂತ್ ಮಿಸ್ಡ್ ದ ಕಾನ್ಸರ್ಟ್ ಡ್ಯೂ ಟು ಹಿಸ್ ಇಲ್ನೆಸ್. ಮಿಸ್ಡ್ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ಫೈನೈಟ್ ವರ್ಬ್ ಇದೆ. ದೆನ್ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಮೆಂಬರ್ಸ್ ವರ್ ಟ್ರೈಯಿಂಗ್. ಅಂದರೆ ಒಂದೇ ಸೆಂಟೆನ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡು ವರ್ಬ್ ಇದ್ದರೆ, ಒಂದು ವರ್ಬ್ ಹೆಲ್ಪಿಂಗ್ ವರ್ಬ್ ಇದೆ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಮೇನ್ ವರ್ಬ್ ವಿತ್ ಐ ಎನ್ ಜಿ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಒಂದೇ ಸೆಂಟೆನ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಹೆಲ್ಪಿಂಗ್ ವರ್ಬ್ ಮತ್ತು ಒಂದು ಮೇನ್ ವರ್ಬ್ ಇದ್ದರೆ, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಹೆಲ್ಪಿಂಗ್ ವರ್ಬ್ ಫೈನೈಟ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಒಂದು ನಾನ್ ಫೈನೈಟ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಹೌ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಫೈ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ದ ಫೈನೈಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ನಾನ್ ಫೈನೈಟ್ ವರ್ಬ್ಸ್. Next one is the non-finite verb list. As we all know that playing, eating, they won't change. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಈ ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ವರ್ಬು ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ಲೇಯಿಂಗ್ ಅನ್ನೋಂಥದ್ದು ಜಿರೆಂಡ್ ಆಗಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಜಿರೆಂಡ್ ಈಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ಎ ವರ್ಬಲ್ ನೌನ್ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಈಟಿಂಗ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಕೂಡ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಜಿರೆಂಡ್ ಆಗಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಸೊ ವೆನ್ ಯು ಚೇಂಜ್ ದ ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಸೆಂಟೆನ್ಸ್, ದೇ ವೋಂಟ್ ಚೇಂಜ್, ದೇ ರಿಮೇನ್ ಸೇಮ್. ಸೊ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ದಿ ನಾನ್-ಫೈನೈಟ್ ವರ್ಬ್ಸ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಈಸ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ಪ್ಯಾಸಿವ್ ವಾಯ್ಸ್. ರಿಷಿಕಾ ಸಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಎ ಸಾಂಗ್ ಅಂತ ಇದೆ, ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಟೆನ್ಸಲ್ಲಿದೆ. ಎ ಸಾಂಗ್ ಈಸ್ ಸಂಗ್ ಬೈ ರಿಷಿಕಾ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಈಟಿಂಗ್ ಮ್ಯಾಂಗೋಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಟೆನ್ಸಲ್ಲಿದೆ. ಮ್ಯಾಂಗೋಸ್ ಆರ್ ಬೀಯಿಂಗ್ ಈಟನ್ ಬೈ ದೆಮ್ ಅಂತ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಋತ್ವಿಕ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟೆಡ್ ದ ಕೋರ್ಸ್, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಪರ್ಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ದ ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಬೀನ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟೆಡ್ ಬೈ ಋತ್ವಿಕ್ ಅಂತ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ದ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಪ್ರೆಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಟೆಡ್ ದ ಅವಾರ್ಡ್ಸ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋ ಸೆಂಟೆನ್ಸು ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಪಾಸ್ಟ್ ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ. ದ ಅವಾರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ವರ್, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಪ್ಲೂರಲ್ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ವಿ ಶುಡ್ ಟೇಕ್ ದ ಪ್ಲೂರಲ್ ಹೆಲ್ಪಿಂಗ್ ವರ್ಬ್ ವರ್. ದ ಅವಾರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ವರ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಟೆಡ್ ಬೈ ದಿ ಪ್ರೆಸಿಡೆಂಟ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಹಿ ವಾಸ್ ರೈಟಿಂಗ್ ಎ ಸ್ಟೋರಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋದು ಪಾಸ್ಟ್ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ. ಅ ಸ್ಟೋರಿ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ಸಿಂಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ದೇರ್ ಫೋರ್ we have to use singular helping verb in past tense, that is was. A story was being written by him ಅಂತ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಈಸ್ ಸಿ ಹ್ಯಾಡ್ ರಿಟರ್ನ್ ಎನ್ essay. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋದು ಪಾಸ್ಟ್ ಪರ್ಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಆನ್ essay ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ಸಿಂಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ಇದೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ನೋ ನೀಡ್ ವರಿ ಅಬೌಟ್ the change of any helping verbs here. In past tense they remain same and we need to add only been. Okay, an essay had been written by her anta. I will answer the question. The question will be answered by me. And they have taken the book. The book has been taken by them anta agutte. Then he is giving some chocolates. Kotirodu tense continuous present continuous ide. Some chocolates are being given by him anta agutte. She can solve the problem. The problem can be solved by her anta agutte. And this book will change your life anta ide. So this is also very easy. Your life will be changed by this book ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು. The next, students were making noise. Okay, this is noise was being made by students anta agutte. Then next one, she gave the beggar a coin. A coin was given to the beggar by her, or you can also say that the beggar was given a coin by her. ಈ ಥರ ಕೂಡ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. there is nothing wrong in it. And he will give me a pen. A pen will be given to me by him ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, or else you can write I will be given a pen by him. This is also correct. And I don't waste water. Okay, water is not wasted by me ಅಂತ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಈಗ ರೀಸೆಂಟಾಗಿ ಒಂದು ಮಿಡ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಿನೇಷನ್ SSLC S7 ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಿನೇಷನಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೇ ಥರದ ಒಂದು ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಸೆಂಟೆನ್ಸನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಅದನ್ನು ಪ್ಯಾಸಿವ್ ವಾಯ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇರೆ ಕೇಳಿದರು. ಸೊ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್. ಹೂ ಸ್ಪೋಕ್ ದ ಟ್ರುತ್? Okay, by whom was the truth spoken? So this is how we can change. Close the door. Ili imperative sentence is there. Let the door be closed. And Vani has to type poems. Okay, here poems have to be typed by Vani antagute. And he did not make mistakes. Then the mistakes were not made by him antagute. Who wrote Shakuntala? By whom was Shakuntala written anta. Switch on the lights. Let the lights be switched on. And I gave her a book. A book was given to her by me, or else you can write she was given a book by me. Now passive formally baribodu. And change the following sentences into reported speech. As we all know that when you are converting a statement direct into indirect, we need to change the tenses, we need to change the pronouns. Okay, so here they have given a sentence. I have always wanted to hear him and say him. Use the phrase expressed anta kelidare. Okay, so illi now Anant expressed his wish that he had always wanted to hear him and see him. Then Smita said to Anant, he will come with tabla ustad and they will play for you tomorrow morning. So this can be reported like this. Smita told Anand that he would come with the tabla ustad and they would play for him the next morning. Okay, tomorrow morning and the next morning anta agate. Then the following sentences have two errors. Edit the sentences and rewrite them. Smita had been so excited in seeing the announcement that she had forgot that her brother was very ill. Illi preposition to be corrected, verbal mistake to be corrected anta kelidare. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ preposition correct ಮಾಡುವಂಥದ್ದು ಆನ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಓಕೆ, ದೆನ್ ವರ್ಬಲ್ ಮಿಸ್ಟೇಕ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಕರೆಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ಒನ್ ಅಂತೂ ಫಾರ್ಗಟನ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಓಕೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಫಾರ್ಗಟ್ ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಸೊ ಫಾರ್ಗಟನ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ದೆನ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಈಸ್ ಪಂಡಿತ್ ರವಿಶಂಕರ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಉಸ್ತಾದ್ ಅಲ್ಲಾರಕ ನಾಕ್ಡ್ ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಡೋರ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಸುಶೀಲಾಸ್ ಅಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಂತ ಇದೆ. ಅಡ್ವರ್ಬಲ್ ಮಿಸ್ಟೇಕ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಕರೆಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ಅಂತ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ದೆನ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಟ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಯೂಸ್ಡ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅಲ್ಲಾರಕ ನಾಕ್ಡ್ ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಅಂತ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅದು. Okay, then a first of it to be right, Sushila's anta agbeku. Okay, possessive pronoun, that's Sushila's apartment. So let's move on to the next question, that is answer the following questions in 2-3 sentences each anta kelidare. Smita on seeing the newspaper almost shouted with excitement. Why did she react so anta kelidare. ನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ನೋಡಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಸ್ಮಿತಾ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಎಕ್ಸೈಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾರೆ, ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Why? Because Smita was excited because she saw the announcement of Pandit Ravi Shankar's concert in the newspaper. Her brother Anant had always wanted to hear him perform live. So she was very excited. Why do you think the mother cautioned Smita? ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಮಿತಾ ಮದರು ಅವಳಿಗೆ ಒಂದಿಷ್ಟು ಎಚ್ಚರಿಕೆಯನ್ನು ಕೊಡ್ತಾಳೆ, ಅಷ್ಟು ಜೋರಾಗಿ ಕಿರ್ಚಬೇಡ ಅಂತೇಳಿ. ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. So Smita's mother cautioned her because Anant was seriously ill and any excitement or disappointment could worsen his condition. She wanted to protect him emotionally. The next one is what chance did Anant not want to miss? But he missed the chance on that day. Why? ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅನಂತ್ ಯಾವ ಒಂದು ಚಾನ್ಸನ್ನು ಮಿಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬಯಸ್ತಾ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. So Ananta didn't want to miss the concert of his favorite sitarist, Pandit Ravi Shankar, but he missed it this time because of his critical illness and physical weakness. Next, why did Anant's mother have a catch in her throat? Okay, ಅಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅನಂತನ ತಾಯಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ದುಃಖ ಗಂಟ್ಲಲ್ಲಿ ಹಿಡಿದುಕೊಂಡಂಗೆ ಆಯಿತು, ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Why? Because Anant's mother had a catch in her throat because she was emotionally overwhelmed. She knew that Anant could not attend the concert due to his illness and it saddened her. And in what way was the truth frightening to Smita? ಒಂದು ಯಾವ ವಿಧದಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸತ್ಯ ಸ್ಮಿತಾಗೆ ಭಯವನ್ನು ಹುಟ್ಟಿಸ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಟ್ರೂತ್ ವಾಸ್ ಫ್ರೈಟ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಸ್ಮಿತಾ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಸಿ ರಿಯಲೈಸ್ಡ್ ದಟ್ ಹರ್ ಬ್ರದರ್ ಹೂ ಲವ್ಡ್ ಮ್ಯೂಸಿಕ್ and had dreams about it was going to die, and it was hard for her to accept the reality. Next one is, how can you say that Anant was a talented boy? This question was asked in 2016, 2017 and 2020. Okay, 2016. This is a very important question, so ಇದನ್ನ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯದು ಅಂತ. Anant was a talented boy. He was the best table tennis player in the school and fastest runner. He was learning to play the sitar and was already able to compose his own tunes. Aunt Sushila was a generous lady. How would you justify this statement? ಅಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಆಂಟ್ ಸುಶೀಲಾ ಅವರು ತುಂಬ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ಒಬ್ಬ ಮಹಿಳೆ ಅಂತ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Aunt Sushila was generous as she allowed Anand's family to stay at her place in Bombay, as she also supported them emotionally and gave them space in her small apartment. Next one is, why had Smita and her family come to Bombay? Who did they stay with there? ಅಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಮಿತಾ ಮತ್ತು ಅವರ ಕುಟುಂಬ ಬಾಂಬೆಗೆ ಯಾಕೆ ಬಂದಿತ್ತು, ಅವರು ಬಂದಾಗ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. So the answer is, Smita and her family came to Bombay for Anand's treatment. They stayed at Aunt Sushila's house during their visit. The next question is, they had come with high hopes. What hopes did Anand's parents have? Or with what hopes did Anand's family come to Bombay? Okay, this question was asked in 2023. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅನಂತನ ಒಂದು ಕುಟುಂಬ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಭರವಸೆಗಳನ್ನು ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮುಂಬೈಗೆ ಬಂದಿತ್ತು. ಆ ಭರವಸೆಗಳು ಏನು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ Anand's family had come with high hopes of finding a cure or a treatment in Bombay. They hoped that Anand would recover with better medical care. Next question. What did the doctors say to Anand's parents and why? ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸು ಅನಂತನ ಒಂದು ಪೋಷಕರಿಗೆ ಏನು ಹೇಳಿದರು ಮತ್ತು ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. So doctors told Anand's parents that nothing more could be done for him. They said that he had only few days left to live anta. Why? Because he was suffering from cancer. How did Anand's family members treat him without voicing their fears? ಈ ಸತ್ಯ ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ರೂ ಕೂಡ ಅನಂತನ ಒಂದು ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಮೆಂಬರ್ಸು ಅನಂತನಿಗೆ ಬಹಳ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಅವನ ಮುಂದೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ರೀತಿಯ ಭಯವನ್ನಾಗಲಿ ಸಂಶಯವನ್ನಾಗಿ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಪಡಿಸೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಹೇಗೆ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Means Anand's family treated him lovingly without showing their sorrow or fears. They tried to be cheerful and give him everything he liked. Anand expressed his desire of going to the concert. How did his mother pacify him? ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅನಂತನು ಕೂಡ ಒಂದು ಕಾನ್ಸರ್ಟ್ಗೆ ಸಂಗೀತ ಕಚೇರಿಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕಂತ ಒಂದು ಬಯಕೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಆದರೂ ಕೂಡ ಹೋಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಅದನ್ನು ಅವರ ತಾಯಿ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಸಂತೈಸ್ತಾಳೆ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. So when Anant expressed his desire to attend the concert, his mother consoled him gently. She promised he could hear Panditji someday, trying to keep his hope alive. Then Smita's eyes filled with tears. Were they tears of happiness or sorrow? Give reasons. ಅಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಮಿತಾಳ ಕಣ್ಣಿನಿಂದ ನೀರುಗಳು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು, ಅವು ಆನಂದದ ಅಥವಾ ದುಃಖದ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅಂದರೆ they were tears of happiness. Smita was overwhelmed because Pandit Ravishankar and Ustad Allaraka had come to perform privately for her ailing brother Anant, fulfilling his last wish. Why did Aunt Sushila suggest a walk in the park to Smita? ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಮಿತಾರ ಆಂಟು ಸುಶೀಲಾ ಅವರು ನೀವು ವಾಕಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದಿಷ್ಟು ವಾಕ್ ಮಾಡಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Aunt Sushila noticed that Smita was disturbed and sad. She suggested a walk to help her feel better and relieve her from the stress of her brother's illness. And suddenly a daring thought came to her. Can you guess what thought Smita had? Or what daring thought came to Smita? ಸ್ಮಿತಾಗೆ ಇದಕ್ಕಿದ್ದ ಹಾಗೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ವಾಕಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡುವಂಥ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಡೇರಿಂಗ್ ಥಾಟು ವಿಚಾರ ಬಂತು. ಏನು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Smita suddenly thought of approaching Pandit Ravishankar at the concert and requesting him to play for her brother privately. It was a bold idea, but she wanted to fulfill Anand's dying wish. Then, what was the intention of Smita's going to the concert? This question was asked in 2018 June. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಮಿತಾ ಒಂದು ಉದ್ದೇಶವನ್ನು ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ ಕಾನ್ಸರ್ಟ್ಗೆ, ಅದು ಏನು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಸ್ಮಿತಾ ವೆಂಟ್ ಟು ದ ಕಾನ್ಸರ್ಟ್ ನಾಟ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಟು ಎಂಜಾಯ್ ಇಟ್ ಬಟ್ ವಿತ್ ಎ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್ ಹೋಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೀಟಿಂಗ್ ದ ಮ್ಯೂಸಿಷಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಪರ್ಸನಲಿ and convincing them to visit her brother Anand and perform for him. So, how did Smita enjoy the concert? This question was asked in 2017 April, and though Smita was emotionally disturbed, she enjoyed the concert deeply. The music moved her soul, and she was thrilled to watch the brothers' idols perform live on stage. Then, Smita was nervous as she stood before the artists. Illustrate this statement from the lesson, The Concert. ಸ್ಮಿತಾ ಸ್ಟೇಜ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಅವ್ರ ಮುಂದೆ ನಿಂತ್ಕೊಂಡಾಗ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನರ್ವಸ್ ಆದಂಗೆ ಇದ್ಲು. ಅದು ಹೇಗೆ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದರೆ, ಸ್ಮಿತಾ ಫೆಲ್ಟ್ ನರ್ವಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಶೈ ವೆನ್ ಸಿ ಅಪ್ರೋಚ್ಡ್ ದ ಗ್ರೇಟ್ ಮ್ಯೂಸಿಷಿಯನ್ಸ್. Her voice trembled and her hand shook because she was facing legends like Pandit Ravi Shankar and Ustad Alarka, making a personal request. So, the next question is, what did the mustached man tell Smita? How did Pandit Ravi Shankar react to it? ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಬ್ಬ ಉದ್ದನ ಮೀಸೆಯನ್ನು ಬಿಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ಸ್ಮಿತಾಗೆ ಏನೋ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಮತ್ತು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಪಂಡಿತ್ ರವಿಶಂಕರ್ ಅವರು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, ಪ್ರತಿಕ್ರಿಯೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟರು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. This is the man told Smita not to bother the artist and try to send her away. However, Pandit Ravi Shankar gently intervened, asked Smita to speak and listen to her request with kindness and attention. Then, Ustad Sahib and Pandit Ravi Shankar agreed to perform for the boy. What made them agree to do so? Okay, or why do you think Pandit Ravi Shankar and Ustad Alarka agreed to play for Anand? ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪಂಡಿತ್ ರವಿಶಂಕರ್ ಮತ್ತು ಉಸ್ತಾದ್ ಅಲಾರಕ್ ಅವರು ಸ್ಮಿತಾಳ ರಿಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟನ್ನು ಒಪ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮನೆಗೆ ಬರಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಒಪ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅಥವಾ ಯಾಕೆ ಒಪ್ಪಿರಬಹುದು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. The artists were moved by Smita's love for her brother and Anand's admiration for music. Their empathy and humility led them to agree to perform for the dying boy as a gesture of compassion. ಅಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಮಿತಾಳ ಒಂದು ಕಥೆಯನ್ನು ಕೇಳಿ ಅವ್ರಿಗೂ ಒಂದಿಷ್ಟು ಮನಸ್ಸಿಗೆ ಸಿಂಪತಿ, ಎಂಪತಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಒಂದು ಹ್ಯುಮ್ಯಾನಿಟಿ ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ ಮೇಲೆ, ಮನುಷ್ಯತ್ವ ಮಾನವೀಯತೆಯ ನೆಲೆಗಟ್ಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಅವನ ಒಂದು ಕೊನೆಯ ಆಸೆಯನ್ನು ಈಡೇರಿಸಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅವರು ಕೂಡ ಒಪ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾರೆ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು. Then, the neighbors of Aunt Sushila could not believe their eyes. Why do you think they felt like this? ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪಂಡಿತ್ ರವಿಶಂಕರ್ ಮತ್ತು ಉಸ್ತಾದ್ ಅಲ್ಲಾರಕ್ ಅವರು ಆಂಟ್ ಸುಶೀಲಾರ ಅಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟಿಗೆ ಬಂದಾಗ ಅಕ್ಕಪಕ್ಕದ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ನೆರೆಯವರು ಅವ್ರ ಕಣ್ಣನ್ನು ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ನಂಬಕ್ಕಾಗಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Why? Because they were shocked because they saw Pandit Ravi Shankar and Ustad Alarka, world famous musicians, entering a modest apartment to perform. It was a rare and unbelievable sight. ಅಂದರೆ ಜಗತ್ ವಿಖ್ಯಾತಿಯನ್ನು ಪಡೆದಂಥ ಒಬ್ಬ ಪಂಡಿತ್ ರವಿಶಂಕರ್ ಮತ್ತು ಉಸ್ತಾದ್ ಅಲ್ಲಾರಕ್ ಅವರು ಅನಂತನ ಮನೆಗೆ ಬಂದು ಅವ್ರಿಗೋಸ್ಕರ ನುಡಿಸೋದಂತಂದರೆ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ಬಿಲಿಯಬಲ್, ರಿಯಲಿ ಅನ್ಬಿಲಿಯಬಲ್, ಬಟ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ವಂಡರ್. ಸೊ what was Smita's plan to help her brother, or how did Smita fulfill her brother's wish ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. This question was asked in 24 April 1, June 2 and July 3. ಅಂದರೆ 2024 ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಲ್ಲಿ 3 ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ಅನ್ನು ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಟ್ ಆನ್ ದಿಸ್. And Smita bravely attended the concert, met the musicians and requested them to play for Anand. She succeeded in convincing them and they came to her house and played privately for her brother Anand and fulfilling his last wish. Okay, next question is, why did Smita request Pandit Ravi Shankar to visit her house? Okay, to 2018 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಇದನ್ನ. Smita's brother Anant was critically ill and could not attend the concert. She wanted the artist to come home and perform for him, as it was his last wish to hear him and see him. Okay, then what makes the readers appreciate Pandit Ravi Shankar and Ustad Alarka? ಅಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಓದುಗರಿಗೆ ಪಂಡಿತ್ ರವಿಶಂಕರ್ ಮತ್ತು ಉಸ್ತಾದ್ ಅಲಾರಕ್ ಅವರ ಯಾವ ಗುಣಗಳು ನಮ್ಗೆ ಇಷ್ಟ ಆಗ್ತವೆ, ಯಾಕೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಪ್ರಶಂಸೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ the artists, despite their fame, agreed to perform privately in a small apartment for a dying boy. Their humility and compassion made their gesture highly unusual and deeply admirable. ಜಗದ್ವಿಖ್ಯಾತಿಯನ್ನು ಪಡೆದಂಥ ಸಂಗೀತ ವಿದ್ವಾಂಸರು ಆ ಒಂದು ಮಾನವೀಯತೆ ನೆಲೆಗಟ್ಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಅವಳ ಕಥೆಯನ್ನು ಕೇಳಿ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದಿಷ್ಟು ಮರುಗಿ ಆ ಹುಡುಗನಿಗೋಸ್ಕರ ಅವನ ಕೊನೆಯ ಆಸೆಯನ್ನು ಈಡೇರಿಸ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಅವನ ಮನೆಗೆ ಬಂದು ಸಂಗೀತ ಕಚೇರಿಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡುವಂಥದ್ದು ಇಟ್ಸ್ ರಿಯಲಿ ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್ ಗೆಸ್ಚರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ಯೂಶುವಲ್. ಓಕೆ, ದೆನ್ ಹೌ ಡಿಡ್ ಪಂಡಿತ್ ರವಿಶಂಕರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಉಸ್ತಾದ್ ಅಲಾರಕ ಕೀಪ್ ದೇರ್ ಪ್ರಾಮಿಸ್ ಟು ಸ್ಮಿತಾ? ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಪಂಡಿತ್ ರವಿಶಂಕರ್ ಮತ್ತು ಅಲಾರಕ್ ಅವರು ತಮ್ಮ ಒಂದು ಮಾತನ್ನು ಉಳಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. And as promised, they came to Aunt Sushil's apartment the next morning. They played a special performance for Anant, bringing joy and peace to him in his final days. So then let's look at the extracts. Read the following extract and answer the questions that follow. As you will wake him up, you know he needs all the sleep and rest he can get. Who is the speaker ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದರೆ mother is the speaker. Then who does you refer to? You refer to Smita. Then who needed rest? Anant needed rest. Why did he need rest? Why? Because he was suffering from cancer and he was seriously ill and needed energy and peace to stay stable. Next question is, we mustn't miss the chance. Who said these words ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದರೆ Anant said these words. What chance did the boy not want to miss? Attending the Pandit Ravishankar live concert. Then why would the boy not get a chance in the future? Why? Because he was critically ill and he was at the door of death and he would not live long. I must hear him and say him. Who is I here? Anant is I. And who did the speaker want to see? Pandit Ravishankar. Okay. And what did the speaker want to hear? His music. He wanted to hear the sitar concert of Pandit Ravishankar lively. Next question is, it's chance of a lifetime. Who made this statement? Anant made this statement. What was the chance of a lifetime? Attending the concert and hearing Pandit Ravishankar. Okay. Then why did the speaker say so? Why? Because he was a great fan of Pandit Ravishankar, a sitar maestro. And they had come with high hopes. Who does they refer to? They refers to the Anant's parents. Okay. And where had they come? They had come to Bombay for his treatment. What high hopes did they have? Anant would be cured and would walk and play as before. Next. Take him home, give him the things he likes, indulge him. Who said the above statement? The doctors said the above statements. Who does him refer to? Him refers to Anant. Why was this statement made? Why? Because Anant's condition grew worse with each passing day and the doctors knew that the boy had not many days to live. The next one is, but they did not voice their fears. Who does the word they? Means again it stands for the parents of Anant or Anant family members. What did Anant's parents fear? Anant's parents feared that the boy had not many days to live. And how did they behave towards him? They laughed and talked and surrounded Anant with whatever made him happy. They fulfilled his every need. Then, the chance of a lifetime, he was saying, okay, who does he? Anant. What was the chance of a lifetime? Again, attending Pandit Ravishankar's concert. Why was he feeling so? He was a great fan of Pandit Ravishankar, a sitar maestro. The next question, this is not the last time they are going to play. Who said this and to whom? Anant's mother said these words to Anant. Who was going to play and what? Pandit Ravishankar was going to play the sitar. When did the speaker say these words? Anant wished to go to Pandit Ravishankar's concert. Then, your father will take you. Who is the speaker here? Anant's Smita's mother. And who does you refer to? You refer to Smita. Where would the father take the listener? To the concert. The father would take her to the concert at Shanmukhananda Auditorium. When did the speaker say so? Smita felt sad because Anant would not go with her to the concert and she had to go alone. Next. No, how can I? We have always done things together. Who is the speaker? Smita is the speaker. Who does we refers to? Smita and Anant. Okay, what did they do together? They were learning the music classes, they attended events, studied and did fun activities together. Anta. And what is the speaker refusing to do now? She is refusing to go alone to the concert as he felt it unfair to leave Anant behind. Anta. Next one, a walk in the park might make you feel better. Who gave this suggestion? Aunt Sushila. And who does you refer to? That is, you refers to Smita, who was feeling sad and disturbed about her brother's condition. Why did the speaker say this? The speaker, Aunt Sushila, said this to cheer up Smita, who was upset and emotionally disturbed due to her brother's Anand's illness, as she wanted Smita to get some fresh air and feel better. So the next one is, suddenly a daring thought came to her. Where was the speaker when she got the daring thought? She was in the park. Okay, she was walking there, sitting in the park when she got that idea. Who does her refer to? Her refers to Smita. Then what was her daring thought? Her daring thought was that to go to Pandit Ravi Shankar directly and request him to perform for Anand at their home. Then the next question is, there is no harm in trying it. Who said these words? Smita said these words. Or there is no harm in trying it. This was said by Smita herself. Then what is it? It refers to Smita's idea of meeting Pandit Ravi Shankar and requesting a private concert for Anant. What was the result of trying it? The result was that Pandit Ravi Shankar agreed to perform and Anant's dream came true. Then the next question is, enjoy yourself. Lucky you. Who is the speaker? Anant is the speaker. Who is you? Smita. And why did the speaker consider the listener lucky? Why? Because he is going to attend the concert to see Pandit Ravi Shankar while he was bedridden and unable to go. Then, Panditji is a busy man. You must not bother him with such requests. Who said this? A long mustached man said this. What was the request? Refers to that who made this request? Smita made. Who is the request was asked to Pandit Ravi Shankar to come and play for her sick brother Anant at home. Then the mustached man is the concert organizer or helper who tried to stop Smita from meeting the artist. Next one. Okay, as Smita came there to request the artist to perform for her brother Anant, who was too ill to attend the concert. The next one is, what shall we do, Ustad Sahib? Who asked this question? Pandit Ravi Shankar asked this question. Who was the Ustad Sahib? Ustad Sahib refers to Ustad Alarka, the tabla maestro. When did the speaker say these words? He said this after Smita made the request on behalf of her sick brother, asking what they should do in response to the touching request. Next one is, tomorrow morning we perform for the boy. Who would perform for the boy? Pandit Ravi Shankar and Ustad Alarka. And why would they perform? They would perform because they were moved by Smita's request and Anand's condition. What was the result? The result was that Anand's wish was fulfilled and the family was overjoyed. Next. Did you hear him? He asked. Who asked this question? Anant asked this question. Who is him? Pandit Ravi Shankar. What reply did the speaker get? Smita replied and she gave was something like, yes, I did. She had attended the concert and enjoyed it. Next. I spoke to him and he will come tomorrow morning. Who is I? Here's Smita. Then who did I speak to? She spoke to Pandit Ravi Shankar. What was spoken to him? She requested him to come home and perform for the ailing brother Anant. And why would he come the next day? He would come the next day morning to fulfill dying wish of Anant. Next one. They could not believe their eyes. It's not possible, they said. who is referred to as they, the neighbors, okay, of Aunt Sushila, who saw Pandit Ravi Shankar and Ustad Allaraka arriving at their apartment. What was not possible for them to believe, that is, Pandit Ravi Shankar and Ustad Allaraka had come to perform in their neighborhood, especially in a small apartment. Why did they feel so? They felt so because it was highly unexpected and unusual for such world renowned, world famous artists to perform in a private setting for a sick boy, and that too in a modest flat. Then, answer the following questions in about 5 to 6 sentences each. In the course of the story, whom do you consider to be more worried, Smita or Anand? Explain ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. In the story, Smita seems to be more worried than Anant, because Anant, though seriously ill, appears hopeful and cheerful. He dreams of attending the concert and seeing a musical idol. Smita, on the other hand, carries the emotional burden of knowing that her brother may not live long. She wants to fulfill his last wish and is emotionally torn. Her nervousness, the daring thought she acts upon, and her sincere efforts to meet the musicians to show that she is deeply concerned and anxious about her brother's happiness and health. Next one. Why do you think Smita and Pandit Ravi Shankar deserve appreciation ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಮಿತಾ ಮತ್ತು ಪಂಡಿತ್ ರವಿಶಂಕರ್ ಇಬ್ಬರು ಕೂಡ ನಮ್ಮ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಶಂಸೆಯನ್ನು ನಾವು ಬಯಸ್ತಾರೆ. ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂತಂದರೆ, ಸ್ಮಿತಾ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಪಂಡಿತ್ ರವಿಶಂಕರ್ deserved appreciation for their kindness, courage and compassion. Smita, a young girl, showed remarkable boldness and presence of mind by approaching the artist to fulfill her dying brother's wish. Despite being nervous and want not to bother the artist, she persisted. Then Pandit Ravi Shankar and Ustad Allaraka, despite their fame and busy schedules, responded with empathy. They kept to their word and performed for Anant at home, bringing immense joy to the boy in his final moments. Their humility and humanity are truly admirable. Next one is, let's want a poem, jazz poem 2. ಇಲ್ಲಿ write give short description of jazz player ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ, or physical appearance ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Jazz player is an old black man with a wrinkled face and closed eyes. He stands like a statue, hunched with age, wearing a faded blue shirt, old shoes and a cap. Despite his poor physical condition, he is dignified and confident while playing music. Or else you can write, jazz player has a wrinkled old face, he is unshaven and has a tired look. He wears a faded blue shirt, an old necktie and jacket. His shoes old and torn out. Next one is, why do you think that jazz player keeps his head down ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. The jazz player is a poor old man. He has led a hard life. He has lost interest in his life. He is tired and keeps his head down. So, or else you can write, the jazz player keeps his head down as a sign of tiredness and perhaps due to the burden of age and poverty. However, when he plays the saxophone, he lifts his head and feels like a bird, showing that music gives him strength and sense of freedom. Next one is, how has the poet described the facial expressions of the jazz player ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Then jazz player's face is rough and unshaven. He has a wrinkled face, indicates the sorrow and worries of his life. Then what message does the jazz player want to convey? And the jazz player wants to convey to the world that the people who keep him away, as he is a black man, are drawn to him due to a good God-given gift, music. He wants to convey that art unites all. Then, how does the jazz player change as he plays on the saxophone? ಅಂದರೆ ಅವನು ಸ್ಯಾಕ್ಸೋಫೋನ್ ನುಡಿಸ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಅವನಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೆಲ್ಲ ಬದಲಾವಣೆಗಳಾಗ್ತವೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. As the jazz player starts playing the saxophone, he is no longer remains an old or a black man. He produces wonderful music and appears to be like a bird flying higher and higher. The next one is, what qualities of jazz player do you appreciate? ಇಲ್ಲಿ jazz player ನ ಯಾವ ಗುಣಗಳನ್ನು ನಾವು ಪ್ರಶಂಸಿಸ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Jazz player is a simple, poor old man. He is a pathetic figure but a commanding artist. He has the power in him to make people listen. He is silent in speech but eloquent in music. Next, what was the special gift possessed by the jazz player? How did it change his feelings ಅಂತ ಅಂದರೆ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಪೆಷಲ್ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ಅವನ ಹತ್ರ ಏನಿದೆ ಗಿಫ್ಟ್ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ jazz player was eloquent in music. Once he started playing music, he was no longer a black man but a bird which gathered its wings and flew higher and higher. He seemed to be spreading the message of God through his music, that all are one. Next question is, how did the poet appreciate the jazz player's talent in music? Okay. For this, the poet appreciated jazz player by comparing him to a bird flying higher at pace, and he admired how the player's music could bring about transformation, filling the listener with emotion and revealing the soul's wise. Or else you can write, the poet appreciated the jazz player by comparing him to a bird flying high and a Buddha at peace. He admired how the player's music could bring about transformation, filling the listener with emotion and revealing the soul's wise. Next one is 5 to 6 sentence ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೆಯುವಂಥದ್ದು. Describe the physical appearance of jazz player. ಅವನ ಒಂದು ಅಪಿಯರೆನ್ಸ್ ಹೇಗಿತ್ತು, ಹೇಗೆ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. As the jazz player had a rough unshaven face and a sagging stomach, he wore a faded blue shirt, a losing necktie and an old jacket. His shoes are run down. Across his chest was an old alto saxophone supported from his neck by a white coat hanger. The jazz player at first had a very weary expression on his face. He kept his head down and seemed lifeless. His music made him forget all his pains and made his mind free, like a bird flying higher and higher. He was totally lost in the beautiful music he produced till he stopped playing it. Next one. Answer the following questions in about 8 to 10 sentences ಅಂತ ಇದೆ. So this is how they are going to ask the questions. So for all these questions we need to answer is, jazz, the poet presents two contrasting sides of the jazz player. Physically he is old, tired and poor, dressed in shabby clothes and worn out shoes. He appears like a pathetic figure, hunched over with age and pain. However, when he plays the saxophone music, the transformation takes place. His face lights up, his back straightens, and his music soars like a bird in flight. He is no longer seems like a poor man, but a powerful and passionate artist. And the poet shows that while the jazz player's body is weak, his soul is strong and expressive through music. This contrast highlights the idea that true art transcends physical appearance and reflects the inner strength of the artist. Next one is extracts. We can see, there he stands like a black ancient mariner. Who does he refers to? That is jazz player 2. And why did he stand like the ancient mariner? He stood like the ancient mariner because he looked tired, old and full of sorrow, carrying the weight of his past and struggles. Then what is the figures of speech used employed here ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. The figures of speech use simile, like ancient mariner ಅಂತ ಕಂಪ್ಯಾರಿಸನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. So direct comparison ಇದೆ. So it's simile. Then his rough unshaven face shows pain. Who said this? The poet said this. Who is the speaker describing here? Jazz player. What does the pain refers to? The pain refers to the hardships, suffering and racial discrimination the jazz player has experienced throughout his life. Next. He was sent here to preach the black gospel of jazz. Who was sent to preach the black gospel? Jazz player 2. And how did he preach the gospel? He preached it through the music of his saxophone, expressing the struggles, emotions and hopes of black people. What do you mean by gospel in this context? In this context, gospel means a powerful message of truth. The jazz player spreads the message of freedom, dignity and identity through his music. Next one is, he is no longer a man but a bird. Who got transformed into a bird? Jazz player 2. Why is the speaker saying so? The speaker says so because the jazz player, while playing music, appears free, graceful and full of energy like a bird in flight. When was the transformation observed? The transformation was observed when he started playing the saxophone. And his rundown shows have paper in them. Who is the here? That jazz player. 2. Why does his shoes have papers in them? Because they are torn. Uh, they are old, and he uses paper as cushion or patch for comfort. What does this statement tell about the person spoken about here? And it shows that the jazz player is poor and lives in hardship, yet continues with dignity and purpose. The next one is gently lifts it now to partitives to tell the world that he is a black man. What does he lift? His saxophone. Why does he lift it? He lifts it to play music that expresses his identity and experiences as a black man. Why does he want to tell the world that he is a black man? He wants the world to recognize and respect his racial identity, struggles and contributions through the power of his music. Next one is his hand still down, eyes still closed, ears perked. Who is here? A jazz player. What do you mean by perked? Perked means raised and alert, showing that he is deeply attentive to the music he is playing or hearing. And why did the speaker make this observation? The speaker made this observation to show the deep connection the jazz player has with his music. Even with eyes closed, he is completely immersed and alert to every note. Next. Now preaching it with words of screaming notes. Who is preaching now? Jazz player. What does it refers to? It refers to messages of freedom, pride and identity of black people, also called the Black Gospel of John. Why was the preacher using words of screaming notes? He was using the words of screaming notes to express strong emotions such as pain, passion and power through the loud and emotional sound of the saxophone. Next one. So this is all. ಇದುವರೆಗೂ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಕಾನ್ಸರ್ಟ್ ಮತ್ತು ಜಾಸ್ ಪೋಯಮ್ 2 ಮೇಲೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಡಿಯರ್ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್, ಇಫ್ ಯು ಲೈಕ್ ದ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಕ್ರೈಬ್, ಲೈಕ್, ಕಮೆಂಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಶೇರ್ ದ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ವಿತ್ ಯುವರ್ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್. ಟಿಲ್ ದೆನ್, ಟೇಕ್ ಕೇರ್. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.